Okay, so today is Monday. I woke up at 6:30 and today was a good 6:30. When the alarm went off, I actually got up at 6:30. It wasn't like 6:50 and I snoozed and I stayed in bed. No, I got on top of it and The annoying thing is that even though I actually woke up at 6:30, by the time I actually got to school, it was 8:40 and not the time I intended, which was 8:30. And the reason why the time is significant here is because I have a 9 o'clock lecture and I try and aim to be at school at 8:30 so that I have half an hour of writing time. Went into the Ground Cafe at 8:40, so I started writing and I started writing. It was difficult at first, but then once I got into the swing of it, once I got into the rhythm of it, it was a lot better. It actually got so much better that when 9 o'clock came, I was like, you know what? I'm in such a good state at the moment. The ideas are coming. I'm just going to carry on writing. The lecture normally starts 5 minutes late anyway, so if I extend my writing time by 10 minutes, then I get my half an hour and I'm only 5 minutes late to the lecture. So it's a win-win. But 9:10 comes, I get coffee and I go to the lecture. The lecture's on electromagnetic waves. After I finished the lecture, I was meant to go gym, right? But here's the thing. I had bought coffee after my work in the cafe so that I could go into the lecture. But in the lecture, I didn't really take that much notes. I was just kind of sitting there, just listening to the guy. I was only like 50 minutes, so it wasn't even a proper 2-hour lecture anyway. So I felt like I hadn't really earned the coffee, if that makes sense. Like I had bought it and I got the energy going, right? If you now then go to the gym, all that energy is just going to be converted into me doing my workout, which might sound like a good thing, but I just do my workout anyway. Does that make sense? Instead of going straight to the gym, I went back to the cafe after the lecture and I started writing again. And I wrote for like 15 minutes. So from like 10 to 10:15, I'm just writing. Like the ideas were coming. 15, I went to the gym. By the time I got to the gym, it was like 10:30. You're 10 minutes late and it has a knock-on effect throughout the day. So so the gym was 10:30 to 11:30, and then I went to meet my friend because he was in and I had to study. And then I went to study. It was hard to do work because when you meet when you're going to do work with your friend, if you meet your friend first, you get talking with him and you enjoy the conversation, and then you start doing work, it's very hard to do work. So obviously we were sitting together and we was working together. But for me personally, it was really hard to concentrate because, I was with my friend. I just want to talk to him. Now I don't really want to do work. It's hard to get into the mode of it. I was working on my lab report. Probably wasn't the most productive work possible, but I had stressed so much out about productivity in the morning that I'm not going to stress about it now, because otherwise I'm just going to work my way into extremism. And then if I do that, then I went into the physics museum because I wanted to warm up my food. I brought food with me again today. We was doing work, but very little. We ended up playing chess, and he beat me. So it's a bit difficult for me to say that online. I tried to do something today when I went into labs. When I went into labs, and I sat down and I done work, I tried to block out everything around me. Because normally what I've noticed that I do is I go into labs, do my work. There'll be the guy sitting next to me who's doing the same thing as me, and he'll start thinking out loud, and he'll say something, and I'll listen to it. And if it's something that I'm not familiar with or I don't understand why he's saying it, I'll go to him and I'll be like, oh yo, why are you saying this? Why are you? And then from that point on, I'm just following what he's doing and I'm analyzing what he's doing, and I'm trying to work out rather than kind of just going on my own path. And then for labs, they don't have any prerequisite knowledge that will give them an advantage over you. Like, you're on the same place. I was like, I need to believe in myself a bit more, and I need don't worry why he's saying that and she's saying that. No, just do your own thing, because they don't know what they're doing half the time, and neither do you. So you might as well just do it yourself, So believe in yourself. I was doing the Zeeman effect. It was actually fun because the theory behind it's actually really cool. It's basically how an electromagnetic and how a magnetic field will basically it's what type of effect that will have on the light, right? And basically it's going to cause a interference pattern. It's going to cause the layers of light to split up. So okay, I'll quickly mention this. the walking around is really good for me, because sometimes it's hard for me to go into labs, sit down on a chair, and then know for that 3 hours that's literally all I'm doing. But if I get into labs and I walk around a bit and I kind of like not focus on the task for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, walk around a bit and just kind of like run it in the background in my head and then come back to it, I notice that I'm a lot happier that way, and I can get a lot more work done. You know, sometimes Green Pepper, which is a chicken shop, and I got a burger, and the reason was because, you know, I told you like my focus was dipping and I was really hungry, and I had in my mind like I really need carbs, but it's okay, what can I do? Then after that I done journaling, and now I'm making this video, and then after this me doing this video, I'm gonna go to the debate society, and that should be fun. Normally in debate society, at the current moment, we're practicing doing public speaking. So I'm going to be practicing public speaking. And that will finish at 8. So that will be 6:30 to 8. So it's been a long day for me today.